What's up, everybody? What's up, Jason?
I didn't want that.
Okay, wait. I'm doing the show now
Wait, why don't he not die?
because he's not on yet. What's up, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to the Pope Clowncast. It's one of my co-hosts, is Jason's gonna sit here with us for a little while. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna be here every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And what the topic is we never know. We just go with it. Oh, you pressing them?
Yeah.
Today we're gonna get into the road to Little J's Donut. Oh, look, I'm messing myself up. The road to Little J's Donuts. And it's definitely been a journey, man. It's been 26 years in the making, and we finally made it. But before we get into that, I want to bring in my co-host with me, Uncle Leroy. Can't say Leroy without saying the Junior.
Wow. What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your dude, Uncle Leroy. Don't say that Leroy without the Junior. And I'm glad you took my nephew off the air, looking like he just was from Chippendale, man. I'm like,
Look, he had to wear the bow tie today. I didn't understand it right before we left the house. He's like, Dad, I wear this. I'm like, go for it, man.
He tried to get his smexy on. That's
right. He's a baseball player now. He's got to make that image, you know. You spilled it? All right, well, clean it up for me. Oh, just a little bit? A little bit's better than a lot. So, man.
Hey, we back at it. You know, everybody tap in. Let us know who tapped in. So, shout out to Top Gun for life. What up?
What's going on, man?
We also got Bobby tapped in.
Lil J and Big J. Yeah, he wanted to come up here. He's gonna pop in now and then. You know how he does it. Like he can't sit still very long.
Hey, that's what the boss man do, man. You know,
right? Like a little foreman in here, man. He's not directing me what to do.
Yeah, he got the bow tie. He let you know he about money. He just coming in.
Right. Look, dress for success. You know, all ladies like a sharp dressed man. He's a mess. He's getting up there. Yeah, he just started low league, man. Like it's definitely an adventure and it's exciting. Like that's some of the parts of the fatherhood that I've been waiting to experience, and like it's definitely paying off. I'm loving this baseball. Love home run slugger.
So why you love the baseball? I mean, so what? This is first sport, like.
Yeah, well, I kind of waited to put him into anything because of the speech delayment. I wanted him to be able to communicate just for safety reasons and stuff. So
he's a boy. You just gotta communicate. You gotta beat out them hands.
Right.
That's the only way you gotta communicate. Oh, you don't understand me?
Right. Well, that's why it's baseball. We didn't do the contact sports yet, but yeah, he's loving it. Like he plays center field out there. He likes batting more than he likes playing the field for sure. I was like, I hear you. Just got to be able to hit them home runs by that point.
Nice. So it looks like he's actually buying into the whole baseball thing.
Right. This is like his first sport. He's taking like an interest in it. And like he's ready to go practice. He's ready to play. Like he's ready to get into it. I'm like, oh yeah. Now let's go.
Nice. So next we're gonna be having to get a fan page for Lil J.
Dude, he gonna have his own. By the time all that social score stuff kicks in, man, Jason will be good and going. He'll have him a YouTube page already and everything. Yeah, that's my dude. But yeah, man, like we're gonna get into it this week, man, with these donuts. Like that, it's been my journey. Let's see. I started. I want to say it was 98, 99, somewhere around there. I met a girl. Dude, like it was. I want to say it was. It was like the beginning, like the end of 98, beginning of 99. I actually met a girl, bro. Like the whole thing with me and donuts is because of a girl.
I was about to say, I'm starting to notice the correlation here. Everything starts with a girl.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. Like the way I grew up, everything was about pussy. So like whatever direction, whatever, like just like any teenage boy at that time, like when you get your first piece, well now everything is directed to how can I get more of that.
Well, you know what? We have to do a document. We have to do a series. We have to do an interview and find out what was that first piece you got, because they got you going.
No, it fucked my life up for sure. Like,
We need to find her. Hey,
Bruh.
put the APB out on who broke Josh's virginity.
Get that first piece, bro, and it's just like, I want more of that. Wait a minute. Like, what I got to do to make you do that again? And then that one wouldn't do it, so they had to start branching out and find ones that would. And that just fucking snowballed into a Captain Morgan Poe clown fucking life there, boy.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I met this girl way back in the day, man. It was American Online. We had the chat rooms in there, and I met this girl. She wasn't very active. Like, there was a lot of us that was very active in there. She wasn't active. Wound up talking with her. Well, she wound up working for this donut shop right there on Jefferson Highway, and they needed a donut fryer. So I've always had multiple jobs and shit. And the Captain Morgan, actually, I wasn't even doing Captain Morgan my first time with them. I needed a second job. I was working with my brother at a warehouse and stuff. And well, you're gonna have to wait. I can't get this off right now. Okay. So she got me a job there part time frying donuts. And I actually just fell in love with the business of it. Like, I really enjoyed the donuts. I enjoyed the ass I was getting working at the donut shop. But it was actually a job that I finally got that I actually enjoyed. Like this was fun to me, and I knew.
You making donuts or getting pussy?
Both. Now the donuts. I had a lot of jobs. Like I really enjoyed doing floors at one time. I just didn't like the people standing behind you, man, while you was doing it. But like the donuts was fun. Look, for the main thing, it was not. I wasn't doing hard labor no more. I was out of the weather elements. Like, I was inside of a building and air conditioning and shit. I've never been one to be able to just sit behind a computer and stuff and work. So like this was perfect for me. I'm a laborer. Well, about a year went by. Me and that girl broke up. Come to find out, she was a bigger hoe than me. What?
Papa.
No, you can't. Papa's sleeping. I told you. Go watch your tablet for me, baby boy. So, come to find out, she was a bigger hoe than I was. So wait.
I can't even believe that.
Oh, dude, like,
dude, we have to get her on the show, man.
Shit, she's a lesbian now. For real shit. It's funny because she'll still pop up now and then just to start shit between me and this original donut shop. It's hilarious how like catty these bitches are, bro. Like, it's fucking hilarious. It's like, you do your thing. I'm trying to get on your level. Let me do my thing over here. Y'all get my dick out your mouth. Fuck. But me and her wound up breaking up. So when me and her broke up, it all kind of like snowballed out of it and shit. There was a lot of drama and stuff. So I just didn't want to work there with her no more. Years later, I remember the conversation that girl told me about the owner of this place. And like the sexual shit they used to always talk about. So one night, dude, I'm all fucking coked out and shit, man, and I wanted some ass. So I wound up calling this bitch. But I don't even know why, dude. That's what cocaine will do to you, bro. Like, I don't even know what made me call this chick. But her husband answered the fucking phone. So now I gotta play.
Wait. What type of time? I can't let you just run past that.
Yeah.
Like, wait, you ain't just talking by yourself. He was like, wait, I just called her phone to get some ass, but her husband answered the phone.
Yeah, because I figured he would already be at work. But
so I want to know what this conversation went like. You know, did you like, hello,
I don't know, dude. Like, I was coked out of my mind. Like, I don't know what I would have said. She'd have answered that phone. I was just going with it, bro. I'm good at winging shit. Like, I was just, hey, I was gonna shoot a shot.
Did you play Jake from State Farm?
I was shooting a shot. But he wound up answering the phone. So I played it off like, oh man, I dialed the wrong number and shit and left that alone. I want to say about 8 months went by. I don't even know how I got reconnected with these people, to be honest with you. I don't even know how it wound up happening.
But hold on. We got Bobby. He's tapped in from YouTube. He says this dude always has these stories. and just like it doesn't matter. Right. Oh wait, we have to know the details, right, bro? Right,
because there's just so much shit that's happened. Like I don't know, it's not as shocking to me as it is when people hear it, because it's just like typical shit that's just kind of shit that happens in my life. Like it don't amaze me like that. So yeah, I see, I get that a lot from people. They're like, wait, and I was like, yeah, just wait, it gets better. So like I said, like I don't even know how I got reacquainted with these people. But somehow or another, I got to talking with them, and they offered me a part. The dude needed help overnight, and I wound up going back there on the weekends as just a donut fryer and stuff, which is cool, you know. And it's been like a year since I did it, so when I went back into the shop, uh, it was like I never left. Like I remembered everything. I was right, same speed I was and all. So it's like, this is good. They noticed that, so they wound up offering me a full-time job, and I had quit my other jobs, and that's actually when I started pursuing my career in the donut business. And I was working at Baker's Dozen then. I owe everything I know.
Hold on, Baker's Dozen. That's on the flyer.
Yeah, that's my first shop. It's about maybe 2 miles away from Little J's. That's like my, I don't want to say my rival, because I wouldn't give him my time of day, but at the same time, boy, there's so much animosity between me and the owner because of the shit that's happened. Well, the new owner, that shit has happened. Like, man, there's just certain people I wouldn't piss on if they was on fire, and that's one of them for sure.
It sounds like a bad breakup. I mean, because that's how it is. You be in a relationship with a chick for this long time, and then you break up and you move nearby. You know what I'm saying?
And that all started just because I wouldn't fuck this bitch no more. Pretty much, like that's where I get myself in trouble, bro. It's like I had to learn over the years I can't just be fucking these people, because your dick gets you in trouble over time. But we're gonna get into that, because like I said, there's a lot to this story. So I quit my other jobs, and I had focused. I was just frying donuts there. Well, then the guy started teaching me how to make the donut, how to cut the donuts and stuff, and fucking fell in love with it. Like, this was fun to me. Like, that you're in the building by yourself overnight. You don't have no pressure. You don't just, you got to have your shit done by this time in the morning. So that was perfect for me. Then it started to be talked about to where they were kind of ready to get out of the business and all, and we had a verbal agreement on that I was actually going to take over the shop when the lease was up in 2019. So I started focusing on that. Like I started doing my hard, but at the same time I was screwing myself because I'm fucking the owner's wife at the same time. So I can't really say
I was really run past that.
Yeah.
Wait, rewind. You was fucking the owner's wife.
Yeah, that's why I wound up having to quit there, dude, because at the end of the day, for as much dirt as I did in my life, like that I did that was actually bothering me, because that dude really did teach me a trade that helped me change my life. And I was grateful for that. But at the same time, I knew I was doing this dude dirty. But at the same time, I can't really say that it bothered me morally that I did that, but at the same time, the dude basically was a fucking pedophile, so I didn't care.
That might be some Harahan bullshit right there. I'm bringing it to Harahan, because how you go in, fuck the owner's wife that taught you the game, they gave you the game, and then you open up a shop up the street to be the competition?
Because it just happens that's a pro-clown life right there.
Hey,
like that's all that's pro-clown in a nutshell right there, man. And that's just like one of them small little layers of that onion that you got to peel back. Like
nice.
But at the same time, so like it's not taking a shot at him, because I mean it's true. Like, I understand laws was different back then, but when they got together, he was 32, she was 16. That ain't right. whatever reasons that they had, but at the same time, like I get it, but at the same time, I get it. Like y'all did that.
I don't get it because I can see this show here being rewatched, replayed by the FBI.
That's all right. They need to check them out so they pay some taxes in this bitch.
Right, close this shit down for real. Be like,
right, it ain't gonna do nothing but help me. Shit, if the IRS is listening.
They're trying to say no names, but look, check the flyer.
Right. So, yeah, it rhymes with Yankee and I'm just saying. But so we had an agreement, and then a good friend of mine, man, Mr. Mike used to come in there, and then he kind of got in my ear about, like they're not gonna give you this shop. They're not gonna give you this shop. And so I didn't know nothing. I was very naive to business owning and running and shit like that, but I was trying to prepare myself because I was under the impression I was going to get this shop. So Mr. Mike started telling me the right questions to ask. And when I started asking these questions, and like he said, if everything's on an up and up, there shouldn't be no problem with you asking these questions, and which he was right. He's like, now, if they start getting attitude because you asking the right questions, and he goes, there's your answer right there. Okay, well, let's see. I started asking the right questions, and everybody started getting pissed off and shit. And then they told me, like in the beginning, like just in casual, like they used to take me on trips, but they used to spoil me. I'm not gonna lie, but I seen over the time what that was for. No good deed goes unpunished. Like there was a outcome that they were trying to get out of this. I started asking those questions when now everybody's getting an attitude and like treating me differently. And they told me in the beginning that once you got put on the books, that if they didn't want you there no more, they would make your job shit to where you would quit, because that way you can't go file for unemployment and take their money from them. So I started noticing little things happening. I'm like, these motherfuckers are trying to get me to quit. They're trying to push me out of the shop. So then it came down to where I wanted a piece of paper stating that I was getting this shop. Like I wasn't going to stay here no more if there's not no outcome. Then right before all that though is when I started fucking this dude's wife. Like that's when I started realizing. Well, that's when I started realizing they weren't going to give me the shop. She was ready to leave her husband, and she knew she was going to take that shop from him. And she needs somebody that can cut them donuts to keep that shop going, is basically what it was. And then when I realized that, I'm like, yo, I will never be with you. Like I got a love letter still that this bitch wrote me, bro. I'll never give up that love letter, bro, because she knows I'll pin her ass to the wall with that.
Bro, all I hear is wah, 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 wah. I was fucking this dude's wife.
Right, it goes with the job. Sorry, enough. That's why I don't want to be. That's why I'm never gonna get married, bro. Like, oh my god.
You would not like. I'm telling you, you're changing the way I visualize donut shops now. You know what I'm saying? I walk in there, I'm gonna see Asian. It's like all y'all.
Dude, they ain't a food industry business out there where somebody ain't fucking somebody in that bitch. That just goes with the industry, bro. A bars are 10 times worse. But bars, restaurants, all that shit, it's all the same. But when I let it be known that I wasn't gonna be with her, well, now everybody's attitude changed towards me. Now I'm being forced to work holidays. I'm being forced to give up my days off. Like shit just started getting fucked up, man. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not working the rest of my life like this. I don't believe they're gonna give me this shop.
Right.
Well, the friend of mine, Mr. Mike, he hung out at another donut shop that was actually a failed donut shop. This place was shit. I got to talking with their owners, and we actually came to an agreement on the price and everything. And I told them what I think I can do. And this is really where I got my first chance to like break out on my own outside of Baker's Dozen and do my own thing. And I went with Sweet Things and Grill. I went with them. Like I said, dude, it was a failed donut shop. Like the place was shit. It was royally shit. We literally, but I was able to pull a rabbit out of my ass and I was able to polish a turd for a while. I went there and instantly, like on a good day, they were doing like $400. I went there and just with my name, Poke Clown was going, like the name brand, the brand Poke Clown was doing real good because we had the voodoo popping right at that time. And so I took over Sweet Things as their manager slash donut cutter. And that place instantly started making money. Like instantly, dude. It was an overnight thing. That place turned around and started making money.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
they had another manager that was already there that they did not tell him that I was there to take his spot. So he was under the impression that me and him was going to be equal. I'm under the impression that you work for me now. So there was a lot of animosity between me and this dude. And I went into work. We did a Father's Day thing. Man, like I had that place fucking packed, bro. Like there were people standing inside. There was people standing outside. Like there was so many customers there. That place ain't never seen nothing like that. And the dude got jealous. Like he got mad because he's been there for years, man, and he can't pull the people in. So then I worked for a straight week, and then he was going to come in and work that one night. Well, he didn't come in that night. He decided to go get drunk. And then when he finally came in, he just sold the same donuts that I made 2 days ago. So I had a problem with that. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little cocky because these people came after me and offered, like, I named a price and they fucking went with it, bro. So I was already on my high.
Wow. Right.
And I actually told this dude, I was like, you can go home, bro. Daddy's here now. And this dude lost his shit, bro. Like I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that reaction. And he wound up pulling a knife on me and shit. Like we had to get the police involved, bro. Like that was crazy. They wound up taking him. I was with Sweet Things. I want to say, man, for it was about a year went by, and we were really doing good. And because of what I did with that shop, this company decided to let me expand. We were going to open up more shops, and this was a blessing and a curse at the same time because if they would have just backed off and let me do what I know how to do, it would have been very successful. But they were opening these shops because the company I work for, they own most of the clubs on Bourbon Street and shit. So they really didn't care about the donut side of the business. They were worried about that video poker money. I don't see it that way. Like to them, they come in for the video poker. The donuts is a perk. That's not the way you got to look at it. This is a donut shop. The donuts have to work, and then the donuts are going to bring in the people to play the video poker. So we had a different outlook on that. But we opened up these shops so fast that we opened up 5 donut shops in I think 2 years. So I never really had a chance to put a system into play because by the time I got this shop opened up and I got it staffed, this is a whole bunch of brand new people. They don't know what they're doing, but now they're gonna pull me from this shop and put me over here because now I got to go get this one opened up. So this one's kind of stuck out on their own, and they honestly thought that because the shop in Metairie, it really ran itself. Like long as somebody showed up to make the donuts, but that shop's been there for 24 years at that time. I was like, so that's already a well-oiled machine. Like it's clunking on its last leg, but it could run efficiently on its own.
Right.
And they thought that these other shops was going to do the same thing. It's like, hell no. It takes years for that to happen. So we started opening up all these shops. We opened one up. We actually made history. We opened up the only donut shop that was on Bourbon Street. We opened up one on Broad. That was a disaster. We opened that one up in the hood. Every time we turned around, that place was getting robbed.
I was just thinking of so Broad. I was like, do they not know they had the Broad Street Jacker?
Bruh, let me tell you a funny story about the Broad Street one. So National Donut Day, we get robbed. And the guy robbed that when he robbed us, he was too late. He was a few minutes too late because I had already been there and cleared out the registers and everything. But they used to watch for me, bro. And when I would leave, like they knew I carried. Like I'm gonna shoot somebody. Hang on, Jason. I'm almost done. So I left. They turned around and I get a phone call. So we got robbed. Go in there, dude. There is nobody in this place, dude. Like we couldn't find anybody. Finally, the donut cutter turns around and he's like sniffing, and he's like, "Man, I smell Keisha." It's like, what? And he goes, "I smell Keisha's perfume, bro." And he goes, "She's somewhere's around here." Dude, we looking around. This dude fucking's like a hound dog, bro. He's walking around and he's sniffing, and all of a sudden he opens the ice machine. These two bitches jumped in this ice machine, bro. How they got in there, I don't know, because they squeezed their asses in there. It took them like, you look on the camera, dude, it took like 2 minutes to get in there. It took them about 20 minutes to get them out of this thing. Best hiding spot ever, though, dude. Best hide, like nobody would have ever found them in that fucking ice machine.
That's crazy.
But we opened one up in Chalmette. That was a cool little shop. The problem with that one is it's in St. Bernard, and I quickly boldly learned that if you're not from the parish, they're not gonna support you really. Like, dude, them people would come in there and tell me that to my face, bro, and I'm like, man, we trying to bring jobs to your community. These people do not care, bro. Like, they don't give a flying fuck, bro. Like, if you're not born in the parish, don't go to the parish. Like, you got no business opening a business out there. Oh, like that was a shocker to me when I realized they got a known donut shop out there. And the owner of that one sent somebody over there to talk to me. Brian told me that it's not if we close, but when we close, he'll buy all of our equipment for nickels on a dollar. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here? Dude, but that one didn't last long. Oh, we stayed there about a year and we got loot. I've never fired somebody from the Araby store that the police didn't have to get involved. Like that. That's a different breed of people out there. Like they wild, bro. They wild. Like you did wrong, so I had to fire you. Now you're gonna destroy my shop because you did wrong. Like, sorry, I ain't gonna let you fucking slap me in the face with your dick every day. Like, that's not how this is gonna go. Well, I quickly learned with Sweet Things that those owners really don't give a fuck. And that became a problem because I knew what I could do. I knew I know what I proved worked, but they won't spend the money. They want you to spend your money, and then eventually they're gonna pay you back for it, man. That shit don't fuck on. I can't tell you how many times by my employees call. They're blowing up my phone because they never got paid or their checks are bouncing and shit. I'm like, man, my check bounced too. Like my paycheck comes with yours. Like, I'm not. When you've ever seen my name on that check, like. I'm in the same boat you in. So it's hard to keep good employees when shit like that happens. And so like once you mess up and you don't pay your employees when they're supposed to, now everybody got paid, but you got to get paid when you're supposed to get paid. And you lose good employees when that shit happens. And then you lose your morale of your crew, and you lose the will. It instead of it becoming a career or something fun, it's just an everyday job that I hate that I got to wake up to and go to now.
Oh wow!
And over the time, like through that, and then now I'm running around doing Adderall because I'm trying to stay up because I got 5 donut shops running that all of them are 24 hours. So they're blowing up my phone. It don't matter if it's 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my phone's ringing. So I'm really not, I wasn't sleeping no more at the time, which somebody told me about the Adderall. I wound up doing the Adderall, but then the Adderall wound up not being enough. And then that got me back into the cocaine again. And that wound up being a disaster, dude, because now I'm fucking getting paid $1,700 a week take home. I'm doing like $300 worth of cocaine a day. Like it ain't nothing. Dude, I would literally wake up. It got to a point where I just gave up. And so I would wake up and I would go make my rounds and just show face at every shop so that way everybody can say they saw me. I'd be back home by 12 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, I'm fucking lit, bro. I'm on fucking Facebook Messenger trying to find some pussy and shit. Fucking watching these shops just go to hell, dude. Because I knew the owners didn't care. I didn't care anymore. And then I knew I was on borrowed time. But at the same time, I'm fucking doing all this coke. So I'm not saving my money like I'm supposed to be doing. And that's how Jason wound up being born. I wound up fucking one of the employees there and wound up having a kid. And once they got wind of that, I was already beefing with my boss a few times because the same thing at this shop, his girlfriend was a drug whore. So now I'm watching her fuck all these employees for these drugs, and then when she come bark up my tree, I say something, and then I become the bad guy for it. It's like I should have just fucked that stupid bitch.
That's how it goes.
But dude, like it's amazing the way that works. And then it's like, and they flat up, did you say this? Yeah. I said, but if you're gonna discipline me for saying it, you need to fire everybody in the company because I'm not the only one. So now I'm gonna be punished, and instead of being the general manager for all the sweet things, they knocked me back to just a donut cutter and cut my money drastically. And I'm like, hold on, man, this ain't gonna work. So at that time, I started looking for investors. Well, somehow or another, one of my bosses got wind that I was looking at investors, so they was looking for a way out. Well, one of the employees that I didn't even know fucking worked for us, but they had this girl that I hired a manager for one of these locations, and I let the manager, like, this is your shop to run. You hire your crew. Well, she hired this girl that worked overnight. And I never met the staff. I didn't really know who the staff was. I would go in, I would collect the money, audit the machines, and I would leave. I talked to the managers. Well, I walk in there and I noticed this girl one night working there. And I'm like, I know this bitch. So come to find out, well, years ago, there was a bachelor party. And my friend had hired these escorts. She was one of them. And she was a drug whore. She was a drug whore. When she saw me, she started fucking texting me and shit. Dude, I never responded to him, bro. I even showed my boys. I'm like, look, dude, this is why I got fired, bro. She had some old messages from like 3 years prior to this shit, bro. From when we hired her. Well, when Jeff hired her. She went back to my bosses and told my bosses that this was a conversation that we just had. And I got fired for sexual harassment on that, bro. Like, it was fucking crazy. And I'm like, hang on, bro. But I didn't even try to fight it, bro, because I knew I needed to get away from this company anyway. But it still sucked. All right. But it still sucked, though, because, I mean, I had just bought my house. I had just got custody of Jason and shit. So, like, now I got all these new bills popping, and you're going to take my job away from me because I wasn't at the point yet where I was ready to quit. So all they did was just beat me to the punch on that shit.
Right.
But it put me in a bad spot though. I went about a year and a half when I wasn't working. Like there was nobody really hiring. I tried to go work at Joe's Cafe, but then that's where Baker's Dozen comes back into it. So Joe's, which I worked there one night, I did not like it. I did not like the way the company ran. I didn't like the way it reminded me too much of Sweet Things, and I wasn't going to put myself back in that predicament. So I knew that night was going to be my only night anyway. I actually I didn't want to quit because I don't like quitting jobs. So I actually made a bunch of shockers because I knew that they were going to fire me for it. So I made shockers and threw them bitches in the showcase. And sure as shit, the little dude Johnny, I understand that he just passed away, but he called me that next morning, and they fired me for that. But then come to find out, he called, which I should have actually sued this dumb bitch for this, but I didn't. He actually called the new owners of Baker's Dozen and asked them because I that was one of my references, and she told these people that that Sweet Things fired me because supposedly I sent a 12-year-old girl a picture of my dick. I'm like, no, that's your husband that was the pedophile, not me. Like, let's get that fucking right. So I actually should have went and got a lawyer and sued this fucking bitch, but I did not have the money or the time to even fuck with it, and I'm not worried about Brandy's fucking petty ass anyway. Like,
damn, his name drop.
Dude, fuck that bitch, bro. Look, this bitch can talk all the shit she wants about me. That's fine. But one thing she cannot say is I'm a lie, because everything that I say, like, she's like, I never fucked him. Bitch, you're a lie. Customers caught it. They saw it. But at the same time, you did the exact same thing with me with the guy that you replaced me with. So when I quit, they needed to hire somebody. They hired this little dude as a donut cutter. Tell me how she left her husband, and that's her new boyfriend now, and they own that shop now.
Whoa.
So I guess I can predict. Call me Donald Trump. I can predict the future. What the fuck? Like I said, I saw where that road was going, and let me tell you something. You can do look. I don't know that dude, but I could tell you. You could tell everybody you own that shop, but you don't, because if y'all two break up, you do not get a portion of them sales. Like if you leave, you got a cash cow. If you leave that girl or she leaves you, you got nothing. So you're not an owner. You're a slave for this woman. Get that through your head first. That's what I had to realize and get away from it, because I'm not gonna be a grown ass man having this chick tell me what I can and can't do. You're not my mom. Like I can't. That's not me. Some people can live like that. Some people can live like that. I can't. So they wind up. Joe's wound up firing me for all this stuff, and I was like, man, look, I'm totally cool with it. This really wasn't the shop for me anyway. And that is when the hard times came on. And we're gonna get into that once we come back from this commercial break, and I'll let y'all kind of marinate on everything we just went over. And we're gonna continue on the road to Lil J's, but before we do that, we're gonna go through this quick commercial break from our sponsors and all.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Jason's back there singing it. I love it. So yeah, we back. We at the Pope Clowncast, and we getting into the road to Little J's, and it's definitely been an adventure, man. But like I was saying before the break, so once I quit working at Joe's, man, I went through some time. Like I went a little while without no job, and nobody. There's really not that many donut shops out here, and pretty much like the good shops, they already had donut cutters. They've had them for years. Like they're not really looking for nobody. So I didn't want to give up on the dream of having a donut shop, and then once Jason came along, I knew I wasn't going to get a regular paying job that was going to be able to afford the house, my car, my kid, and everything. So I needed to make a power move here. So I started kind of talking to some people. I had some investors that was interested in it, but at the same time, man, in the back of my mind, I never wanted an investor, because if you got an investor, all you have is a boss. Like there's somebody you got to answer to. I'm not trying to answer to nobody. I know what I've seen over the years. I know what will work, and I needed somebody to just let me do my thing, and the only person that's going to do that is me. So I started making some phone calls, and then I called my cousin, and he's a real estate guy, and then he's the one that told me about Jetco. I wound up calling Jetco. Still wasn't working at the time, but I put all my eggs into that basket, and then when Jetco, it's a process, man. It took 2 years for me to get the money from them, but as we started like breaking down these barriers that I was going to have to go through, it's like, okay, this could actually happen, but it's not going to happen fast enough to where I could just float by, because like I was getting unemployment, but it wasn't enough. So I started poking around, and I saw on Craigslist that they had this shop in Mandeville that was hiring, the Mandeville Bake Shop. Dude, love this guy, bro. Like Mr. Tom, like if I didn't have Jason and wanted my own shop, I could have worked for Mr. Tom for the rest of my life. Like that dude is so awesome. Like one of the best bosses I've ever had in my life. The dude's cool. He don't tell you shit. Do your job. And dude, that's all. Do your job, bro. You'll never hear from this dude. Like he don't bitch. He don't get mad. He don't do nothing, bro. Like the dude is just so awesome. But driving from Harahan to Mandeville every night and then coming home at 3:00 in the morning, dude, that's not for me. Like making the donuts is a very physical job, and like when you driving home at 3:00 in the morning, bro, you the only one on the road on the causeway, bro. That shit'll get a little iffy sometimes. And Oh, what's up? What's up? I don't see who it just says Facebook.
Oh no, that's my brother, man, who came tapped in with us at the shop.
Oh, word. What up, man? How you been?
Yeah, we
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, but so I was with I stayed with Mr. Tom for a while, man, and I actually learned a lot. Like what I learned there helped me to be able to create some of the donuts I got now, because he's a bakery. Like they do a lot of custom cakes and shit. So I was able to learn some of that and then integrate it into my donuts. But while we was going through there, that's where when I was there, so Jetco, we had got to a point where I needed to start looking for a building. Because them, like, they want to know the price of what everything's gonna cost. And that's where I found out about Copper Donut. I had actually went there to go apply there because I needed a job. I wanted something that was closer than driving across the lake. And that's where I met Mr. Butch. He was a retired police officer. They did this donut shop, and I'm not exactly sure what happened with that. But when I went and applied there, and he told me flat out that they couldn't afford me, and I respect that and I get it, you know. He called me the next day, and I went and sat down and talked with him, and him and his wife was looking to sell, and I was gonna buy that.
Rick. Kind of weird having two first names, but Rick from YouTube, he said,
"Hey,
donuts menu, staff, and family. It's like going to Cheers where everyone knows your
name." That's right. And seeing that's exactly what I wanted. Like that is one of my favorite things about being in the donut businesses is like the relationship you build with your customers. Like y'all become a part of each other's lives. You see these people every morning. And then like they bring in their kids, and then you get to watch their kids grow up, and then their kids have kids and start bringing them. So you watching generations of families come through, you know.
And I'm gonna tell you what's funny, like, and you can tell that you hold a different perspective with your business, like you just said, because one thing, a conversation we had some, months ago, you was like, yeah, it's okay getting new customers, but I want my returning customers.
Right.
A lot of business focuses on new customers, new venues, but it's like, hey, you want your returning customers. So, and it's like that stuck with me, as you can see right now, speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow.
Exactly. And that's what it is. Like I want new customers, no doubt. Like I'd like to see new faces every day, but I want to see your face again tomorrow. I want to see it the next day. That's where your business
Say that again.
That's where your business is gonna thrive. That's where you come from. Is them every day. Like come in there every morning. Tell me how you feel.
So that's Coach Lee. He's tapped in on YouTube. He said that's your extended family who need to know each other. Right, the customers. Right, your clients.
Exactly.
Because that's the ones that's invested in you.
Exactly. And I tell the girls that I was like, you need to greet that customer before they even make it to the counter. As soon as they open that door and walk in, tell them good morning. Ask them how they like. We start their day. So like if they having a bad day, man, we sell donuts. Donuts is a happy food. We can change their morning for that. Be nice to them. If you're going to come off and be rude to that person and you start their morning off, that person's not coming back again. They're not going to tip you. They're not coming back. Now it's not that one sale you lost, it's those future sales you lost. And I'll never be cool with that. Like I do anything I can. If my customers have a problem, like most of them know, they hit up the Facebook page, they're going to deal with me directly. I'm going to give them pretty much whatever happened. I'm going to make it right. But the moment they take it to Facebook and start ranting and raving about how horrible we are, I got nothing to do with you. You're dead to me at that point. Like you didn't even give me a chance. I didn't even know this problem was happening yet. And you already going to blast me on Facebook for it. Then look, sorry you had a bad experience. We're going to move on.
I deal with the real, deal with it with the etiquette, right?
Right. Like, hey, you can't please everybody every day. We're going to do our best, but trust me. And we've had some.
Because he says, when I come to New NO.
Come on, Lee, I got you. I'm going to have a special Louisiana donut for you since we're going to spank that ass in barbecue. Oh.
Yes,
but yeah, I was talking with Copper Donut, man, and I'm not sure what was going on with that place, but the money did not make no sense. Like He opened up his books to me, dude, and I could not wrap my head around it. And then I got some business people that like good business people that I know to look over it, because I at the same time I kind of knew what I was looking at, but I knew I was still new, so maybe I'm missing something. So I showed it to them, and nobody could wrap their head around it. Like these papers was false numbers and shit. So I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna pay you this much money, and then come to find out you don't even own this equipment. Most of his shit he rented. So you want all this money, plus I got to take over your notes. I'm not actually I'm buying your leases on everything. I'm like, nah, that's not a good fit for me.
Exactly.
Like I'm going into more debt before I even open. Like I'm not good with that. So I wound up backing out of that deal, and I went back to working for Mr. Tom again. And man, it was a year process. And then once I got the text message saying that I was approved for the loan from Jetco, that they were going to give me the money.
Wait, so all right. So I've been waiting, because every venue I've heard started with you fucking someone. So are you fucking someone in Jetco? How did you get this loan?
No, I know.
Oh,
Boy,
shit,
they got one girl I would though. Jesus Christ, she was fine. But no, so my cousin told me about it. I applied online for it, and it was just a shot in the dark, bro. And then
you told that you didn't have the best credit, right? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I didn't have nothing, bro. I didn't have anything. So the road to Little J's, the way we got here, I applied for the loan. I applied through Jetco. They called me 3 days later, and we was talking, and then it was funny because the dude that called me, he had already known me from Sweet Things. I didn't even know it, but I've talked to him plenty of times, so he knew who I was.
Wait, hold on. Thank you. Bobby feel what I'm saying. So Bobby, he said he was definitely bending over the loan lady over her desk. Thank you.
Shit, no. By this time I learned I had to stop shitting where I eat. Like I had to be business at this point, because this was my one and only chance. Like this was my legit one and only chance to get this money. So they wound up calling me. They liked the business plan that I kind of had put together, but they seen it was wrong. So they put you with a financial advisor, and that's where I met Miss Diane. And it's her job. See, that's where I learned, like, there are programs that will help you, because Miss Diane, none of this would be possible if she wasn't right there. That was my go-to person. Anytime I had she's the one that told me. So what her job is like you give her your business plan, and she makes sure all your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. So that way, when you submit all this to Jetco, there's no going back, because once they look at it, they do a board meeting and they pick who they're gonna give the money to.
Hey, see, the cat's out the bag now. We know you fucking something. So Rick says, I want a loan too now. I mean,
I want another one. I'm ready to open up another one in 2 years. But no, Miss Diane's not my type. She cool people though. She my friend. She my friend for life. I told that lady, I said, look, you got donuts for free for the rest of your life for making this happen.
Man, real talk. Like she put you like that.
But it's her job, because once your application goes in front of that board, if it's not right, you go into the bottom and you're starting all over again. So that's where she comes in. I got called into a meeting with her. Excuse me. She called me into a meeting, and then like she said it right then. After we talked and everything, I tell you now, I ain't got no money. I didn't have the credit score. I had a name, and I always kept records of everything that I did over the years from every shop. Like I have a notebook from day one that I started actually cutting donuts. I kept my sales down, because I want to know what kind of money I'm making these people. So I was able to show her for the last 10 years what I know my donuts that I hand make can bring into a shop, and that helped me a lot. That showed them that I can make the money. We put the loan in the Jetco. I wound up getting the loan, dude. This was amazing. But even if that loan wouldn't have went through, I actually got hooked up with a really cool guy, which is my landlord, man. And if Jetco would have fell through, he was actually gonna invest in it. He was gonna loan me the money himself. He liked the idea just like everybody else. Like Miss Diane said, she was like, you meet people, she was like, they just have it. She's like, and you have that it. She was like, I could just feel it. You can make this work. You're a people person. Dude, this woman has done so much to help me. And then we finally get the money. The shop was already being built because my landlord was gonna invest the money if it fell through. So me and him made a deal that he was gonna put up the money and start having the shop built. Like we was gonna build this out as a donut shop. It's actually a strip mall, but this is built for a donut shop. So that way we didn't have to stop the ball from rolling. Like once I knew I was approved for the loan, I could just pay him back the money once I got it. And so we just kept everything rolling. The problem is it was right in the middle of fucking COVID. So that wound up pushing me like 6 months back from when I was originally supposed to open. We had problems getting materials, getting product, like everything was shut down. I literally argued with Energy for 2 months to get my power turned on because Energy wasn't even taking new customers at the time. And I'm like, no, y'all don't understand. These people are going to start taking this money for these loan payments. I have to get open and start bringing money in, or I'm closed before I open.
I found out you was up on the electric pole hooking up the
No, fuck no. I don't monkey around power lines, bro. That's one thing you would never. Yeah, I don't even like changing light bulbs. Like I do not like to be shocked, bro. No. When I was little, the light fixture fell out of the ceiling fan. And I tried to push that screw back in that light socket, man, and it blew my thumb out. I don't fuck with power, bro. Like, I didn't like the way that felt. Dude, that shit scarred me as a young kid, and to this day, I don't fuck with it. Like, I don't like it. But I finally got them to turn my power on, and then I had the same problem with water, all utilities. Like, it was a mess trying to get that shit turned on. We finally got everything going.
Hey, bro, hold on. You know what's crazy? Like you telling me these stories, and I was like, wait, I remember this.
Yeah, I had met you during this. This is where we met.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait, didn't you have some issue where you was calling them, and it was like, no, you don't owe nothing, and it's not you cut your shit all type shit like that.
So when we opened, it was in the middle.
My fault messing up the time. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait, I'm fucking with it. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Slow down, though.
right. My bad.
So Energy wasn't taking on new customers and stuff, so we was having a hard time. So when they did finally come give me power, they didn't finish it on their end because they weren't taking no new customers. So like a year goes by, I'm calling these bitches every month, and I'm like, hey, I never did get a electricity bill. Like, what's going on? Nobody can give me no answers. We investigating it. We looking. So finally, I'm like, hey, I guess I got free power. Out of nowheres, on a busy day too. Hang on, baby. At a busy day, they wound up shutting my power off. They just came and pulled my meter, talking about I don't have an account. I'm like, here's my account number. Yes, I do. I was like, I need my power turned back on.
Right.
So because Energy switched from a manual to a digital meter, they never did hook up their end of it. They have no idea of how much power I used. So my first year just got wiped clean. Same thing happened with the water. They had no recollections of me having an account, even though I paid all my deposits.
I have never in life had that type of luck. If anything, it'll be like, you know what? We have no recollection, so we gonna charge you this amount.
Dude, and I was waiting for that. Like I was waiting for them to pop up and be like, okay, you owe us $30,000. Like we anticipated that. We put money away for that shit, and it never happened. Finally, when I got my power turned back on, I asked them. I'm like, okay, how much money do I owe y'all? Because I need to figure out what I got. And that lady was like, sir, I'm going to be honest with you. There's no way to regulate how much energy you use. She was like, so we're just going to start a brand new account right now, and we're going to move forward with this. No problem.
Okay.
Let's roll with it.
All right, so now I got it. You wasn't fucking
right.
Lady. You fucking the electricity lady.
No, I don't even know who that is. I never even met her before.
That's one of them angels.
That's one of them angels. That's one of them angels in disguises that you never meet.
Man.
But we got everything. We got everything going. I needed to actually get the money. Well, come to find out, to get the money, you do need a little bit of money. And I didn't have anything. I wasn't even working at the time. So that's when I went to my parents. I explained to them, look, this is what's on the table. I'm at the verge of losing my house. I'm at the verge of losing my car. I just got custody of Jason. I'm with Jetco. They're gonna give me the money. Look, mom said phone set.
Right, she put your ass to work, like
look. But I went to them and I told them, I was like, look, this is what we need to do. Plus, I knew I needed help with Jason. Like, I knew nothing about being a dad and shit. I'm used to partying every night. So now all of a sudden, I got to stay home with a kid. So I went to my parents and I'm like, look, what if we did this? They were looking at selling their house anyway. So it's like, let's sell y'all's house. Y'all move in with me. I got more than enough room. Y'all move in with me. We'll have that money to kind of float us a little while, but I needed $7,000 to make this loan work with Jetco. So it's like we could take $7,000 from that and make this loan work, and we'll break it up to where we're a partnership now in this. We're all owners. That's what's gonna make us a family oriented. That's why we went with the name Little J's. It's actually named after Jason, but my dad's name's Jack. I'm Josh. He's Jason. So we kept it with the J's. That's where the J comes from. And Little J's is because it's my son. They wound up moving in, man. We put the $7,000 down. And we've been pushing forward with it. We actually got it open, and we were supposed to open in January, February of 2019. But then everything got pushed back. We wound up not opening till June 11th was our first day. I want to say 2020. We're coming up on our 3 years now. June 11th we'll be open 3 years, and it's been a blessing, man. Like we're actually doing good. We had our ups and downs trying to get it open 24 hours, but it's just so hard to keep it staffed, man. And really, it's getting the expense of it is ridiculous. That's why so many shops are closing right now, because during COVID, everybody learned that you can't make it and just video poker with a donut shop. You got to have a good product too, because when COVID happened and everybody had to shut down for a while, they weren't bringing in that video poker money no more. So now they weren't making enough money on the donut to survive. Since we've been open, there was 6 shops have closed down in the last 3 years. That leaves only 4 of us now. Like and it's crazy because all these people I tried to get to give me a job when I was in a time of need, they wouldn't do it. But now when their shop failed and called, I'm the first person they called to try to buy their business. It's like, I'm not gonna do what I watched everybody else do and expand quickly, because nobody made it. Nobody has ever been able to make it work, myself included, on somebody else's money. I'm not gonna do it on my own money and bankrupt myself. Like, I have a plan. This isn't going to be my only shop, but at the same time, I'm in no rush to hurry up and open a second location or a third one. Like, I wanted this shop here is my son's future. This is my son's foundation. I have to make sure that this one is a well-oiled, stable machine. Like, if something happens and I go in the hospital, I need to know that this shop is still functioning, because this is Jason's future right here. Anything else that comes after that is just going to be lanyard to me. Like this is.
Hold on, wait. I've been in Texas. What the hell does lanyard mean for my Texas?
Man, you in Texas, but you from here now. Don't lose your roots. Don't lose, man. Look,
So
I know some people in Holly Grove gonna be mad. You just said that. What?
Hey, I'm from back in town 7. Well, I know what it means, but hey, everyone
lanyard is a little extra. It's that's what it means, man. You get it's just a little bonus, a little extra for you, and that's how I look at it when it comes time for me to expand, because I know that we're going to be well off with this shop right here. So if we're able to open up more of them, man, that's more pie for the table for everybody. But I know we're going to be stable just here, even if I don't expand. If it never, my end goal is, and I hate to even say they fucking name, but I would like to be the next Krispy Kreme. I don't see why. Over time, even if I can't do it, I would like to get it far enough to where Jason can take it to that next step, like that. But that's my goal. I do.
One thing I've learned, I was taught and I learned is like you'll never see the glory of your legacy.
Exactly.
It's your job to get it started, to set the foundation. And it's like crazy that you say Krispy Kreme because I made a comparison to you and your product to Krispy Kreme.
Right.
So and it's good to see that you have that because at the end of the day, Krispy Kreme is beyond a donut.
It is a brand. It is a
they're beyond a brand. No, they're beyond that. They're a recipe, like I told you, mentioned before we discussed. Like they selling their recipe to different donut plants to reproduce.
Right.
So they're in Germany with Krispy Kreme. That's not a real Krispy Kreme. That's just a recipe.
Right. And seeing Tasties did that same thing back in the day. That's how they did. They had their own mix, and then they started selling their mix to other shops and stuff. Like, I'd love to get on that.
That's New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah, they're all on the police.
That's the national brand, right?
National. The Krispy Kreme is in Germany. We got them on the military bases.
yeah. They're saying that. I would love that, or for one day for it to get to that level. Like I'm in no rush, but like the possibilities are endless.
Just the fact that you speaking, that's in the same little J's and at the same sentence, let you know the possibilities are there.
Right.
And I just want to, before we, get off the show, I want to circle back around to something you you humbly failed to admit, like during your struggles to open up your shop, you still was out there serving the front line food.
You got to.
Of Harahan.
Got to.
So, before we go, tell us about that. Like, how because you took focus off opening and during this time of COVID and when it was high and, you was out there serving the firefighters of Harahan, the locals. Like, how was that?
I did it. I've learned once I got over my struggles and everything, I got to give back. Like I got to make my restitution for the stuff that I did. I feel so. I always do what I can to give back. I'm not a wasteful person, and at the same time, I know how Harahan is, and I wanted to make a name. I wanted them to know who I was instead of the rumors that were going to be going around, because I knew that Baker's Dozen's right around the corner. Like a lot of people from here go over there. So I already knew that they were going to smear my name in the dirt. But I don't want you to go by what you hear. I want you to go by what you see on your own. Like anybody can say what they want about anybody. Learn who I am. See with your own eyes what I do, what I can do, what I'm trying to do. Make your own judgment instead of letting somebody fill your head with some bullshit. Like, this is what I'm trying to do. So that's what I do. And then I wanted Jason to be known. I did that to put ourselves out there. And then, like I said, I'm not a wasteful person. Like the hurricanes came, I'm not gonna we lost power. I'm not gonna let all that stuff go to waste. So I donated it to the fire department, to the police department out here. Anytime, like even before when I was working for Mr. Tom, they would have extra cakes and everything. I would take those cakes and come give them out in the community out here just to get our name out there and stuff. And talk to the business owners out here, talk to the police out here, the mayor and everybody, introduce myself, let them know who I am. We are going to be opening this business. Everybody's welcome here. It was more to get our name out there and let people learn who I was. Like, I understand who I was, but this is who I am now. And that's what I wanted people to know.
And you know what's crazy? It was a blessing, brother. Like, because every year, we partner up and we give back to the MLK, Martin Luther King Day. We purposely do this.
That's how we met.
Yeah, exactly. And this year, once again, it was like, I remember giving someone, this less fortunate person a donut. And, they were like, I don't want it. I was like, hey, they were like, I just want one. I was like, you gonna want more.
It's like a Pringle. You can't eat just one.
Right. Bro, I'm telling you, he loved it. They loved it. They came back. So I'm just saying, it's like when you do give this Little J's brand, it is not just like a generic donut. It's a piece of love. Like these people really enjoy it. You know, it's a part of you. You know, and I've witnessed
That's hard work. That's hard work. I say it all the time. That's my thing. That's what makes me skeptical about these machines. A machine can't put that love in it like your hands do. That's why them donuts come out. They do like we do everything.
You was taught right and whipped frequently. Cause look, Mama D says, "Waste not, want not."
Look, she gonna make it. You gonna clean that plate in my mama's house. You hear me? Like you.
Yeah, look, they had me eating fucking bone gristle off the chicken, the bone marrow. I'm like, there ain't no more meat.
You gonna clean that plate, but that's exactly like you said, man. That's how we met. So Delvin Bro, good friend of mine, man. I met him with the Voodoo. Y'all team up with him, man. Y'all know him. He does stuff with y'all. I seen him share on Facebook the MLK sock drive. Didn't know you, didn't know nothing about it, but Delvin, I respect Delvin. Delvin's a good friend of mine. I met him when he was coming up on his struggles. We got a lot in common with that. I knew if Delvin was behind it, I backed Delvin, so I automatically backed y'all. And that's when I messaged you, hey, look, y'all coming down here to help out my city? Let me try to help out too. That's when I gave you the donuts, man. You've been family to me from ever since then.
Ever since.
Like that's the positive aspects. And like I even explained to you in the beginning, dude.
Purpose, no, I don't. You know, it's the purposefully positive aspect. At the end of the day, like I was saying, you know, we're giving, you know, these Little J's, these people, they loved it. You know, like I'm gonna tell you, you know,
awesome.
like, you know, dealing with the homeless, you know, people think, oh, they take what you want. No, they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like they want barbecue chips, they want certain things.
Right.
They want Little J's. You know, it wasn't just something that, like, hey, you know what? It's just something generic. They taste like, wow, this is really, really good. You can tell time was taken to make this. So that's all I'm saying is like, you can tell, like, to me, at the small subset of that, Lil J's is here to stay because why? It's made out of love. And the people that feel left out, which are the homeless, they felt love with that because I'm telling you, they thank me for the fucking donuts. They thank me for the underwear and the socks. They get, you know, chicken, you know, they get sandwiches from everywhere. Everyone wants to come give them sandwiches and water.
See, I look at that differently in an aspect. Like I love giving back. Like if you can help this, we got waste every day. Now, granted, I'm not able to donate it every day because I just don't have the time really.
Right.
But we do. But this is the way I look at my donations. Like, yeah, we give away hundreds of dollars of donuts, but in the back of my mind, okay, I'm gonna go out to the city and we're gonna donate these donuts to the homeless. But at the same time, that's free marketing also, because what is that guy going to take them donuts and do? He's going to take them donuts. He's going to go sit at the red light. While you're sitting at that red light and he's holding a sign, you're going to notice that Lil J's box sitting on the ground right there.
Yes, sir.
That's free marketing to me.
Let me find out you was watching Master P. Let me hear you go.
Look, like everything I do is strategically planned to help, but also to try to make it come back around for the shop also.
That's how, because in business, you have to get a return. That's the way it goes. People, they don't want, you know, like a lot of people want to downplay that. No, we're in business. You know, at the end of the day, you can say I'm mad for being money for, you know, money driven.
Hey,
that's not my fault.
Money keeps the bills on. Exactly. Money keeps the lights on.
Exactly.
And that's what it is. Like I can't give away my shop and survive. No doubt. I would love to be able to donate to everybody that asks me. And unfortunately, you do have to pick and choose when it comes to that stuff because I can't break myself just to be able to give to everybody.
Right.
I definitely give where I can, when I can, but at the same time, it's gotta make sense for me to get a return on it too. Because if not, then I'm just giving away my store. Why am I even in business? I'm not in business just to give everything away.
Exactly. I mean, and, you know, don't feel bad because just like, you know, Fortune 500 companies, they have a strict list of charities that they give to. One is the Disney, you know, Make-A-Wish Foundation. you know,
Exactly.
all, you know, so it's like they have a list of foundations they give to because why they see the direct impact of what they give. That's
There
it.
you go. Exactly.
You know, and
Exactly.
that's what I wanted to, you know, I wanted to bring that up to show that, hey, you know what, Lil J's, you know, Sports Talk with Friends, SCW, we're in the, you know, we're in the community, you know,
Right.
and we're making an impact. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I just wanted to say. That little guy, hey, you know, look, you know, since he's on the camera, I'm on the camera.
Tell Uncle Leroy, hey.
Wow.
All right. But now, look, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I wanted to tell them.
Hit him with the Spider-Man.
Look, how you do Spider-Man? Look, now he's shy. Look, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on this, and that's the low road to Lil J's. Like it's been a 26-year road. It's been in the making for a while. I used to always say I never wanted to own my own shop, because I never wanted to be the person responsible for the money. I never wanted to be the ones writing the checks. Once he came along, all that aspect changed, and I really hope that some people are able to watch this and see that it's not easy. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifices and all. But there are programs out there that are there to help you. You just got to do the work. Nobody's just going to give it to you. You got to put the work in. But there are definitely good programs and good people, man. Like I had people that was ready to just back me if I needed it. You just got to do right by people, man. Have your morals right, have your standards right. Like get on a good page with yourself. Be at peace with yourself first. But everything is possible, man, if you put your work into it. And you just got to have that mindset to get it done, and know that there are people that's going to help you. Thank everybody for tuning in, man. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Little J's and Sports Talk with Friends. Huge shout out. It's always fun, man, with Uncle Leroy in here when we get to do our little weekly talks. And I get to bring my son into it. This is a good bonding time for me and him. Be sure to check us out on the replay. We're on YouTube at PopeClown13. Or you can go check out the website at popeclown.com. You can also check out our replays on Sports Talk with Friends. And hit us up, man. We always go back and check the comments. Let us know. We're going to have some upcoming events. We're going to have some events coming up, and we got merchandise in the works. So be sure to check us out, man. And we'll be here every Sunday at 8 o'clock, where you never know what the topic's going to be. So always chime in. And until next tell them bye-bye. Say bye.